Alright, so now I'm just going to do a little bit of a demonstration for our tempera flowers in vase painting for Art 2 and 3. Sketch 2 this Friday, I believe that would be the 12th. So I'm just going to show you, I'm not worried so much about when I'm drawing this out, not so much worried about making things totally exact. I'm just putting just general detail, just normal, like for the flowers, just little circles, just trying to figure out where they are. I'm not really worried about making everything perfect here. So I'm just gonna finish up drawing this out here, just really simple pencil drawing, so don't worry about that. Just a couple other flowers over here, some stems, some leaves. I might shade in a little bit. This is the picture I'm looking at right here. So I see right here really dark, so I'm going to shade that in. I'm just going to shade some of that in here because I know it's dark. And some of these other areas there, right there. And so I can look at in as far as here in the bouquet, or the other area up here is pretty dark, so I'm going to start shading those areas in. I'm going to be coming with paint over later, but this just kind of helps me figure out where certain things are. It's called like blocking in color. There's other terms for it in art, but so I'm not really worried about things being perfect at all. See a big flower right here. I'm just going to draw this circle, get this shape around it. So alright, so I think, I'm going to be happy with that for now. I might put a little bit down here. You can see underneath the jar. If you can get that, that's going to really set it in place. Down here. Just kind of give an idea of where it is. Just kind of shade that in a little bit. Very important that I have my table in the background, so I kind of see exactly what it's sitting on there. So I think that's all I really need to do drawing wise. I'm going to come over here with my brush. I got my paper towel and my paints. Now notice I have a full palette. Okay, now first I'm using a flat brush. See that? That's a flat, not a watercolor. You can use a round too if you want, whatever you're most comfortable with. Okay, but notice a full palette means I have all my primaries. Okay, I got my blue, red, and yellow. Secondaries, orange, green, and purple. Then I'm going to have black, white, and brown. That's a full palette. You can have one to spare. Okay, so I don't want just a few colors. I want a full palette. All right. So now I'm going to start painting. I'm going to start with those dark areas. I know there's some green in there, so I'm going to take and just put some green down. Okay, I'm going to put a little blue with it. Now to darken it down, you don't necessarily need to use black. The complement of green is red. I might touch the red and mix it just to get a nice rich dark color instead of just blackening things down. So I start to put this down. Now the key here, what I want to avoid is adding any water, thinning out. I do not want to thin out these paints at all with water. Okay, only time you use water is to clean out your brush. So if I clean out my brush, okay, I try to get water off there. I come down here and I try to get all the water out of my brush. I do not want water in there thinning out the paints. Okay, this will help you with temperas, for this style of painting, and also with acrylics. The key is that when I want to lighten, say I feel like I've got too dark. Well, when it takes to lighten things up, just take some white, and then I'm just going to mix it a little bit with what I have, and that's going to lighten it back up if I feel like I've gotten too dark someplace. So just get some of my white here, and I just mix it with what I have on the paper. just to lighten things back up. Now it was okay there. It's just just as an example. Okay, I like white, especially with this, because I can take, say I take, I touch my orange, mix it with that. You got some orange colors up here. Then I might put down just for that flower. So I'm not being exact at all. I know there's some red in there, so I'm going to take a little red and just mix it with what's already down on the paper. Kind of thick, but that's fine. I'm not worried about being exact at all with this. All I want is just to get a good idea of what colors are where, because once you get going with it, it's gonna make a lot more sense. So I'm just mixing around these colors. Now if I feel like I don't have the right color, I can wash my brush out. I like to just kind of take and just kind of wipe it on my apron here, just to get rid of some of that color. It's kind of what my apron's for there. I'm going to take some more of my orange here that I had. I'm going to mix it with some of this color here, because I know I had too much red. Definitely on the other side there's orange and not really much red. When we're looking right here. So I'm just kind of getting started. There's a lot of different colors. You want to try to mix colors as much as you can. Kind of darken it up here in the middle. Not using black. Looking for the complements of colors I already have down there. Not using black. Okay, so there's one flower. Now, of course, there's a bunch more to do, but that's just kind of a start. So if you have any questions, let me know.